Hey, let me do a test. One, two, three, one, two, three, four. Can everybody hear me okay? Hey, Carol, Dave, Troy, Pete. All right, folks. And if you're looking at the market right now, you're getting a little flush to the downside, which is sort of interesting. They waited to 3 o'clock. Monday they're closed. Everybody know that Monday they're closed. Okay, just want to make sure everybody knows that. Okay. Uh, why don't we take before I start? Everybody look at their accounts and review everything. Because you need to look at things and make sure you're okay with everything because they're selling it off. They've brought the S&P down about 25 points. Jonathan, why don't you put a little clock up for 3 or 4 minutes before I start, if that's okay? Give everybody else a chance to get signed in. Yeah, I've checked everything. Everything I've got is holding up pretty good. Uh, but anytime I see the S&P drop from, the high that we were at, which was let me give it to you. The high got to 60.51. 60.37 just came off 33. Gets my attention. I just wanted to make sure that everybody was in good shape with their portfolio and stuff. Have got things to look at. Crypto staying strong. Like you said, that's pretty solid. Now, does everybody know that Monday is a holiday and we'll meet Monday night for our planning session? Did everybody get the email on that? Monday night on the planning session, that's sort of administrative stuff that we have to do. We'll do that Monday. Hey Frank, how you doing? LC? LC, I'm holding that. That's a Tuesday play, isn't it? Yeah, that's a Tuesday play. Let me ask the question. Who had the MSTU? I've been raving about that stock. Did everybody have a little piece of that? Where'd y'all get in at? I'm just curious. What price did you get in? Yeah, we'll do it Monday night with the holiday on Monday. We'll do it Monday night. Marianne got in at 9:15. I'm trying to see. 9. Mark, you waited to 12:55 to get in? Dave got in earlier, 8:80. Lynn got in at 9:25. All right. My plan is for that to try to stay with that stock until we get to April. Did anybody have that option I put out on a put option? I said, hey, sell a put, but be prepared to take the shares. Did anybody do that trade? I'm gonna do that before today's close. I'm gonna do it for next Friday. John made good money on that one. Yep. Barbara's got an expiring today. All right, let's get started. I'll get to the slides. Risk involved in trading. I guess the last 3 weeks, everybody understands that first sentence, right? There's a high degree of risk involved in trading. Anyway, past performance is not indicative of future results. In my opinion, like I said on my broadcast, I thought the last 3 weeks, 21, 22 days, have been really tough because of the way the trend. Now, as a futures trader, it's a lot easier when you have 2 hour trends. That's the way I would call it, 2 hour trends. It's hard to do that though with options and different things uh, other than futures on that kind of market for the 3 weeks. You just did that. But it was nice to have that day uh, that it was consistent. Okay, it was nice to have that day. Now, as a reminder about Sunday night, we won't meet until Monday. In my futures education program, we'll meet 7 o'clock Monday night. How about the gold trade we made this week in there? Everybody like that one? The gold trade? Anybody make that trade in my futures program? The gold. I'm just asking. I did a bunch of times, but did y'all make it? The gold trade? Rob says he did. Carol did. Carol, why didn't you take that trade? Goodness gracious. You got enough money, I guess. Didn't want that extra money. Well, Monday night, I'll do it again when we meet. In the last 22 days, this is my assessment, the market has been a very difficult market to trade. I can't remember the last time it was like that. Typically, you'll have a few days thrown in with trends instead of up 2 hours, down 2 hours, and all that. I think the good news is, here's the good news. This week, it finally showed signs of trend development. Every day this week, if you look at the S&P, every day this week, we made a new high. So the market trended higher using that as a measurement this week. And after Monday, remember Monday, we came from a low this week, write this down, 5809. Prior to that 5809, you had to go back to November the 5th, where we opened at 5805. So the market went down there. In the darkest hour, they started buying it, and they've been buying it ever since. Okay. And, that's great. Jim, nice trading on that gold. You see what he did? You might copy and paste that. He listened. Way to go. But Today, I want to spend some time reviewing some of the necessary steps you must take to succeed. I want to review my 2-pass rules, show you how important it was today. MTI by DTI, just how good that feature is. The Genesis feature inside the roadmap, and times during the week to be ready for opportunities to trade. If you'll learn these 4 things, you're going to have a good week next week. Who's going to learn these 4 things? Make it your goal to learn these 4 things. Who's going to take the time to learn these 4 things? Because you're going to be a lot better if you do. That's why I'm here today, to spend time going through these 4 key steps. The 2-pass rule. Today, here's a classic case. Everybody see that reference bar, that blue bar right there? Everybody see that? Well, as early as this morning, around 10 o'clock, it looks like, you see, well, actually, that was, I'm not sure about the time, but you see the second pass higher. That bar he's got identified as a second pass higher. And then we went up the rest of the day after that bar there. That was early on that 2-pass. This is what you ought to be looking for, is that 2-pass on any ticker you're trading. Any questions about what we're showing you right there? Notice it's based where those reference bars are, okay? Notice it's based where those reference bars are, okay? And I think that's important to know. Any questions about that point? Now's the time. I'm trying to answer questions as I go. John, it does actually. The question is, does the 2-pass rule apply to stops? Absolutely. If you look, okay, there's a baseline right there. And when you break that line, you get follow through. That would be the second pass through it. 30-minute time frame. That's right. 30 minutes. It's simple, but you ought to be thinking about it anytime you're looking at a chart and a ticker, whether it's a daily chart, weekly chart, or a short-term 30-minute chart. You ought to be looking at it. Now, you can learn more about this rule. You want to go deeper by going to my YouTube channel and watching the tapes we made. I think it's real good in there, explaining it in detail. But learn this rule. How many people would like to know that when they see that second pass, you got a 4 out of 5 chance of making money when you see that second pass? So spend some time trying to recognize that pattern. It'll be very helpful to you in your trading. Now, MTI by DTI. If you look up there, it is telling you in Tesla, it went into a buy signal today. Everybody see that green arrow? Jonathan, can you circle that and show it to them, the green arrow on the daily? Right there. Everybody see that green arrow? Then when you move over to the middle chart, which is your hour chart, it's got one too. And then the short term, 15 minutes got one. So today, Tesla had a big day, and next week it's going to probably have a bigger week after setting up today. Now, how high did Tesla go today? Here's what I take from today. Tesla's high was 439.74. Write this down. You know it today. Once Tesla goes above that high that was set today, let me give it to you again. 439.74, you're going to have a run. Here's some things you can make money with next week. You can buy calls on Tesla, you can buy the stock on Tesla, or you could do a put spread on Tesla expiring Friday. That's 3 trades out of that one number. Any questions about those 3 trades and when to do it? I'd say after 9:30 on Monday, if it makes a new high, then you got to be looking to those 3 trades. Any questions about that? Off that one ticker, MTI by DTI. Jody, a put spread example would be to go in and look at that low hour bar. It's at what price? I can't see it right here. What is it? 422, roughly? 422. I would sell 422, in the next strike down as a credit spread if it goes above 440.55. That's money in your pocket I just gave you, okay? Markets are not opening on Monday. I'm just telling you what to look for on Tuesday. Okay? Everybody got that? Say, yeah, Tom, I got it. It's funny, Carol, you asked about a covered call on Tesla. I don't think I would put a covered call on Tesla because it's breaking out. Tesla goes above that 440 level. I think you could be 460 next week. Doesn't that sound good? Let it run if baby wants to run. Now, here's a feature inside the roadmap I use every day. I got a whole bunch of tickers that I look at on Genesis. What do you think's highlighted right there? Bitcoin. And there's that MSTU. If I told you, let me ask you, if I told you you bought MSTU on one hand with 5,000 bucks and you put 5,000 in Bitcoin and you were right, how much is your risk versus your reward? Let me give you some numbers that you make your own mind up, okay? That's why I love this. Folks, this is why I love MSTU, and I'm going to be trading a lot of it, MSTU. We could make a career out of trading that this year, okay? So MSTU and Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is up 5%. MSTU on the same $5,000 is up 15%. Same day, that's why I like MSTU. Now let's talk about that. What's 5% of $5,000? Somebody type it in there, answer that question. 5% of 5,000, buying Bitcoin itself. That's what you would have made. Not bad. What if you took the same $5,000 and put it into MSTU? What does 15% pay you off of it? Now, would you rather have $750 for virtually the same risk that you took doing it? I had, so I'm playing MSTU, even though I do have some Bitcoin cash. This is why this is a very valuable stock to put on at the top of your watch list. This is why in my TNT program, at the first of the year, the very first trade I did this year was buy MSTU, $8.80. And you saw, well, you didn't, but everybody, if it copy and paste, everybody got in anywhere from 8 to 9.25 on that thing. But they're happy today. The stock's $13.11. And guess what? It will trade in the aftermarkets. It trades around the clock, MSTU. Round the clock, you can get up in the middle of the night if Bitcoin's up. My general rule on MSTU, okay? My general rule MSTU is if Bitcoin goes up $1,000 early in the day, it's a trending day for Bitcoin. That's a day. I just gave everybody here a whole bunch of value. If Bitcoin goes up 1,000, then you can expect the market to trend on MSTU that day. And every 1,000 it goes up is equivalent of about 25 cents per 1,000. So let me explain. If Bitcoin goes up $3,000, then you can add 75 cents to MSTU where it closed at, and that gives you some forecast of what to do. Okay? Is that cool or what? You like it? Now I do those trades. If you want to know the program I do those trades in, okay? I do those trades in my T&T program. Carlos, the stock is so at such a low price right now, I just soon buy the shares. Now, number 4. This is during the week. Let me stop before I go. Do you like where I'm going with tonight's or today's presentation? Does everybody like what you're hearing? Me hitting the home run here with you? Am I doing that? I should be. This is some good stuff. The next phase of today is times during the week to be ready for opportunities to trade. First, you got to know that futures start on Sunday night. True or false? Do I use futures to make my market timing calls? Everybody here needs to answer to go further. Do I use futures to make my market timing calls? Just say yes or no. You know that. I've seen a lot of truths, a lot of truths. Absolutely. Sunday night, the day before, I'm ahead of the crowd. I look at things and I take advantage of futures and what they're telling me about the market. Okay. So I record those numbers Sunday night. That's where it starts the week. And then, of course, we get the cash open on Monday morning at 9:30. And then we're ready. Okay? Now, Monday is sort of that foundation day to frame the week. Now, futures are going to be open Sunday night, aren't they? So I can use the futures numbers and translate. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. E-mini, write this down. E-mini is equivalent to the spot. And Jonathan, you'll type that in there where they can do a snapshot of it. E-mini is equivalent to the spot. The NASDAQ futures is equivalent to the QQQ. The Dow futures is equivalent to diamond. I'll see how everything's trading Sunday night before everybody else gets in there on Tuesday morning. I'll watch it Sunday night and Monday. Crude oil is equivalent to USO. You see why I keep up with the Seven Sisters. Gold is equivalent to GLD. Silver is equivalent to SLV. Bonds are equivalent to TLT. That's the Seven Sisters right there. You see it, and you can watch those futures markets to get heads up on the stock side of the equation. I hope that helped me going through that. Wednesday's a follow-through day. I look for tickers that didn't trigger on Tuesday. Thursday is the same process as Wednesday, looking for triggers that trade. Friday, like today, I clean up my account on Friday evening because I like to start out fresh. I keep things in a small fashion, okay? Meaning I reduce everything down to come back next week. That next week for me starts on Sunday night in futures, Monday when we meet. Okay. Is this a good overview before I go into rules? Was that a good overview for you? Okay. Now, I try not to have more than 5 open positions in high-risk markets. I think that's a good rule. I used to could keep up with a lot more myself, but I can't do it. So I keep it limited to 5. Okay? 5 open positions in high-risk markets. Evaluate options that I'm in to make sure I use level bets. 72-hour rule. Remember what I tell you about options. They're fleeting. You got to watch them a little closer than you do stocks. You got money in them. Pay attention. Don't go to sleep at the wheel. You catch something early based on the reference bars or something like that and say, I'm not staying with this trade, and have a small loss rather than a big loss on those that turn bad. Now, reference bars should be your guideline to help you with entry and exits throughout the week. And I asked Jonathan to post this in there. This is the white papers we put together. On reference bars. Now, I'm always talking about know your numbers. When you know your numbers, you trade better if you do the work. Now, what we've been doing this year is sharing our spreadsheet that we pull things from. All right, this is the link to get the number spreadsheet. John, what they need to do, just take a photocopy of that and then open it up or something? How they need to do that?
If you have the slides, you can just click on the link. I'll post the slide link again.
Okay.
And it is slide number 15.
Okay. Now, these are the numbers of the tickers that we're keeping up with. Let's just go through the E-mini right now. Jonathan, I got the E-mini at 50 or at 60.42. I'm going to ask you questions and you give answers. Is the E-mini above the week open?
Yes, it is.
Is the E-mini above Monday's high?
Yes, it is.
Is the E-mini above Genesis, which happened at 12 o'clock? Here's a trick question, is it?
Yes, it should be. But I have to go look at the market to verify since we don't have the number in front of us here.
Well, I got a high on Genesis of 47.5. We're at 42, so we're not quite there.
Not quite.
That's what you got to do. You got to look at it and know. Now, of course, the market's bullish here in the last 30 minutes. And if you look at the closing bar, we are above that open going into the close. We'll see how far they want to push it. Okay? That's how you do it. Now, let's look at a stock. Let me go through my list and look at a stock. The stock that comes to mind to me is MSTU. Let me ask you a question. Jonathan, is it above the yearly open?
Well, MSTU is at 1312. And it is well above the year open.
Is it above the weekly open?
Yes.
Is it above the 3-day high?
Yes, it is.
Y'all see where this pattern's taking us? By doing this and doing the work, you want to be long MSTU. Let's pick another one here, Berkshire. Is Berkshire above the yearly open?
Yes, it is.
Is it above the weekly open?
Yes.
Is it above Genesis high? This is only 30 cents from a high today. It must be above Genesis.
Yes, it is.
So that's a stock that I might do a trade on, and I did do a trade on. Everybody understand? The spreadsheet is invaluable to you. I've had Jonathan every day this year post it as we're building tickers. When I'm looking for what I would call trades for you, I look here. I had one I went through a couple times, and it makes me focus on what's going to make us money. Beautiful thing, isn't it? Okay. That's how you use this sheet. Go through there and find it. Certain stocks are getting close to changing the nature they were as little as a week ago because of where this market is. Okay? And that's important. Any questions about the numbers? How valuable is this sheet to you if you know what you're doing? Can you put a dollar amount on it? I don't think you can. You look across the board. And Jonathan, real quick, did I leave any out that's not above all the numbers or something that you can highlight that go take a look at? Other than ones I talked about? Is there anything, if you look at the spreadsheet, that tell you, hey, this is something we need to look at next week?
I've got them all in our trade tracker feature roadmap. I'll load
Okay,
that
tell them what you've
quick
done.
and see. A lot of stocks in there, so it's taking a moment to load in here, but the trade tracker will tell us what's above the month open, what's above the first 3 days high and low, and the week start high and low. You can see the Dow factors into that. Gold, Bitcoin, Apple's all red.
Apple had a good rally day, but it's setting up once it takes, what number does Apple need to take out and get people focused?
249.10.
Got a
American
little,
Express. What's that, Tom?
Apple's got a little work to do. What'd you say about American Express?
American Express, BKR and Berkshire all green. Costco's all green. GLD Gold all green. Some more gold and KGC. There's your MSTR and MSTU. Newmont green. NVIDIA's got to take out 152. There's silver ETF. There's Tesla.
Yeah, we always record everything. Z, we always record everything, so you always go back and listen to stuff. But I think people are starting to get their eyes open just how good what we do sets the table. This is pretty wild. This is a great session. I'm loving it. I'm really feeling like people are starting to get it. It's been a tough market, but I think it's setting up to really get good. Right, Wendy. Right. There's certain stocks I hold and don't trade. I look at a bigger picture and say this fits the criteria. The main number am above that yearly open, right? We got a lot of stocks in our ticker basket. This is where our trades come from. All right. Jonathan, they asked, is there a way to get that sheet updated automatically.
The sheet updates when I update it, but you can make a copy of it on your own. So you can update it however you like. Just go to File and click Make a Copy, which will copy it to your Google Drive. Or if you have Excel, you can scroll over Download under the File menu and choose Excel right here. Those are your two choices with these Google Sheets. You can wait for me to update it, or you can copy it to your own drive and keep track of it on your own.
I'd encourage you to do that. I'd do it by hand before it becomes typed and all that. Before Jonathan ever gets out of bed, I've got these numbers. I get up a little earlier than him. Now, the first 3 days, FTD is the first 3 days of the month, and whether you're high or low, that's what it is. First 3 days. That tells us a trend off that opening of the monthly open, LA. That's what that tells us. Brandon wants to know, is there a way to place the date and time to know when it was last updated?
There we go.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, Brandon. Get so many of them, and you don't know which one was the last one. All right, well, I made a point having how important it is to have the basket. Some of these stocks are ready to trade, other stocks you have to watch. Thinking of if you're cooking a big meal, something's ready to eat, other things need to cook a little bit longer. That was the election day, Carol, November the 5th. That was a significant day in the market. We had a change of political parties on that day, and that's why it's listed. Every 4 years I list it. All right, Jonathan. Now, Jonathan called it a stock picker's market, and I agree with him. Here's some of the top picks from my TNT portfolio, I guess in 2024. Microsoft, Berkshire, and American Express. Not bad. Somebody from Mobile, Alabama. Not bad. I can't wait that this year it's going to have MSTU. Now, I've been thinking about how I could best help the people out there. You know, you do a lot of thinking when you go through 15 or 20 days like we've gone through, and I'm thinking, man, this is a tough deal, this market. The trend, it was really a futures market rather than a stock market, in my opinion. So I'm going to create a special project in February. And I'm one person. So I went back to years ago and said, how many people could I have an ongoing relationship with about the market? And I came up with the number 50. Okay. So I decided to do this because I said this would be a fun thing to do with 50 of you. I'm calling it Project Zebra. Now, I've been asked why I called it Project Zebra. Here's why. I couldn't name it the Manhattan Project. That was about an atomic bomb. And I thought, I really think that's a cool name. And I like zebra. So we're going to call this Project Zebra. What do you think about Project Zebra? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm personally going to talk. Nobody else is going to do it but me and whoever takes me up on this opportunity. I want to talk to 50 people that want to work directly with me over the next year. And when I mean direct, I mean we're gonna take it to a level that makes money. And the 50 people who I meet qualify, I'm gonna qualify you. It's not gonna be free, but I'm gonna tell you if you can do what I want to do over the next 12 months. So I'm starting collecting names of people who want to talk to me. So how do you get started is the question. Well, very simply, if you want to be one of these 50, and I'll do it first come, first serve, the rest of this month, I'll be talking about Project Zebra until I have a chance to talk to these 50 people that that take me up on this and everything. Okay. And that's what I'm going to do. No, Carol, it doesn't. This is a little bit more than that. Okay. More than that. So all I need you to do, if you want to talk to me about this and find out more details, I'll be the one telling you about it. Project Zebra. Next page. I need your full name, John Toole, your number one, your email, and your phone number, and I'll set up a time we'll talk about what my plan is. You're going to love it because this is about you making money from February through the end of January next year with me. And I've come up with a way to do it. And we're going to do about 100 trades is my plan in all different markets. Okay. What do you think about that idea? Pretty good idea, isn't it? Oh, John says, I'm number one. I'm the first one to type my name and email and number in there. So he's number one. Be sure, Pedro, that you put your email. Willard's got his name up there. I'm already at 7. I'm already at 7 people that put their name up there. Fred's got his name. Rob's got his name. Dave's got his name. Mary Ann's got his name. I'm at 10 so far. Now, that doesn't mean there won't be more because I'm going to talk to you and see if you qualify. We're going to have a good heart to heart about what my plan is. Okay? There's Don. There's Todd. This is outside of anything I'm doing. It's strictly a way that I could put 50 people together in a special project I call Zebra. But it means you can take what I do here and take it to anything else you do. Jim says, put me in. Kevin says, put me in. This is 50 people that I'm going to work with. I'll set up a room and I'll do some special things. I'm going to work with Kelly and Jeffrey once we get it. But get your name in the pot and we'll have a conversation. It's going to take me a while to get a hold of you. I'll probably send an email and set up a time. I'm going to be calling people this weekend. I want to get close to 50 and be done with the people I'm going to work with where I can start in February. Carol's going to be there. Carrie, okay. Boy, we're gonna fill this up pretty quick. Alfonso's interested. All right, Alfonso, put your phone number. Mark, I would say the minimum account size, I hate to throw that out there, but I will just to cut. I think the minimum account size you need to do this. I'm gonna do about 100 trades over the course of a year. I think 10,000 would be the minimum you dedicate to it, okay, for this project. Think of it $5,000 increments. So if you want to trade bigger, that's fine, but I would say you could do it as little as 5 for increments, units, we'll call it. Stays in, or he's asking me about it. Tom's in. Tom, you gotta have your name and email because Johnson's gonna capture it. Wayne says, I gotta be part of this. Need your email, name, phone number. I'll kick it off in February. I'll probably go through, my guess, to find 50 people that I'll probably go through, I'm guessing 100. Mary says, I definitely feel like a zebra. Oh man. The reason I picked zebra, because you got to have, look, I don't know what the market's going to do this year. All I can tell you is you got to have strategies to take advantage of it. And I've got the strategies. I just got to figure out what kind of deck they're going to deal from. And I will tell you, it is going to be very important to use the right strategy for whatever they deal. So this is a limited deal, but it's one. All right, well, I'll be talking about it. I will try to get through at least 10 people this weekend. Okay? Is that okay? I'll try to get a hold of about 10 of all these people. All right. We got a good start in Project Zebra. Okay, Jonathan, market right now. Looking at the S&P's come down about 32.
You want to sell that put on MSTU for TNT?
I do. I do. Let's take a 5-minute break and wrap it up.
That's all we
Okay.
got. 5 minutes. That's all we got.
Okay, I'm calling you now. All right, folks, he put that out, I guess in TNT, right, Johnson? Okay. Our plan is to keep working that stock on a weekly basis, so I gave him the strike and all that, but I want everybody to have a good weekend. And Johnson, we got several other names. I know you got to look there that came in during that little minor pause in the action.
Will do.
And Jonathan, do me a favor, put those in a little sheet for me and send them to me and let me know, okay? I'm gonna start calling people, maybe as early as this afternoon.
Okay, Tom, will do.
All right, folks, I'll see everybody Monday night. Unless you're put your name on the list, you might hear from me. I got a lot of people to go through. Hope you enjoyed today's presentation. Watch it, dig in there, learn. Thanks, Pedro from Spain. Whereabouts in Spain are you, Pedro? Hector, I'm doing a project. I'm calling Project Zero. I'm gonna talk to everybody individual, and then I'm gonna launch it in February. But I want to talk to people before I accept them into the program, and that's what it's about. All right, I'm gonna leave this open in case anybody wants to put their name, email, and phone number, get on the list. I'll start working to call you over the next, I guess, 2 weeks. We'll go from there. Got to put your email, Thomas, or we can't do it. Not just name, email, and phone number. Jonathan's going to do a spreadsheet for me.